Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with another video. For today's video, I'm going to be stuffing my sinking fund cash envelope. So this amount right here, $729, as well as setting up my sinking fund spread. I apologize in advance if you can hear a noise. It's coming from my upstairs neighbors, but yes. Let me actually take a look, because although I am stuffing $729 towards my sinking funds, in reality I'm only going to be stuffing $604 in person. If you guys have not checked out the setup video for my monthly budget, definitely do so. I do go ahead and spill the beans on me moving at the end of this month. I know that you guys will probably have a lot of questions, and if you do or are interested in what's going on in my life, definitely stay tuned for my Q&A video coming very soon. For my sinking funds, I have here a brand new washi kit. This is my stripes washi kit, and then this is the sinking funds and transaction log. I'm going to now set that up in my monthly planner, which I am back at using the Erin Condren monthly, which I'm super excited about. I mentioned it in last video as well, but let me go ahead and take you guys to where I'll be setting it up. So in these two pages will be my weekly check-in, so that means that it'll be right after that in these two pages. Now, I actually have not added any new sinking funds. Since I did just mention that I will be moving at the end of this month, I wanted to really just focus on that and prioritize my moving expenses. Although I will, still be stuffing some of my sinking funds, I do not want to not stuff them just because I have other priorities, but I am going to be stuffing them a little bit less than I typically do. So I'm going to go ahead and lay down the sinking fund script, and I love how those two look together. Instead of adding a new sinking fund, I actually got rid of one. I took out my Amazon Prime sinking fund just because I just paid for it last month, and I've mentioned this before, but starting next year I'm actually going to count that as a business expense. So it's going to come out of my business instead of it coming out of my personal budget. So just wanted to go ahead and mention that. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and write down all of my categories. I think I am going to just write them all down and then go ahead and the beginning and how much I'll be stuffing them today with. I also do like to list these in alphabetical order. So the first one I have is adventures. Then I have one for my allowance. So any leftover allowance money that I have in my allowance cash envelope will be moved to this allowance sinking fund at the end of the month. So I'm actually not going to be putting anything for this since I haven't closed out last month's budget yet. Next, I have car maintenance. Car payment. I have a category for car tags, some for my car registration that I pay annually. Then a really important one is Christmas. I am so happy that I started saving for this category in particular since the beginning of the year, because I have in here around like $800, which is crazy to think about. And then now that I'll be paying more for rent, I'll go ahead and not stuff this with as much because I already have $800 to work with, and it's only July. So I'm really happy about the smart decision that I made at the end of the year to start saving for things like Christmas ahead of time. So next I have clothing. I have one for my Costco membership. I have one for date night. Electricity. Then I do like to have one for entertainment, which I actually thought that I was going to end up using last month, but I actually didn't, which is kind of weird. But that is also one of my sinking fund categories. Then I like to have one for gifts, which has gotten quite a bit of views the past few months. Then we have medical, which I've been saying this for, I think, since the beginning of the year now, but I am currently saving to get some sort of retainers. I know I've mentioned a brand called Bite in the past that I've seen a lot of people use recently, and that's kind of what I'm leaning towards as of now. I'll show you guys how much I have and when I'm planning on doing that, since I think it'll be pretty soon. And then second to last category is miscellaneous. And then my last category is one for my Peru trip, which I've been having this money since last year. And I mentioned in, I think, maybe a plan with me, but I'm not sure, that I do plan on going to Peru this year. I'm not 100% sure when, honestly. I wanted to go in the month of July, which is crazy now that I'm thinking about it since I have so much going on. But I did want to go this month just because this month is my grandpa's birthday and I would really like to see him and celebrate with him. But unfortunately, I will not be able to go this month, and I don't know if I'll be able to go next month either. So if worst comes to worst, I might just end up going in December for Christmas, but I would definitely like to go a little bit earlier than that. But we will just go ahead and see. I'm now going to go ahead, or I am now just making my lines really quick so that I have some sort of guide. And then we'll move right along into my beginning and what I'll be stuffing my cash envelopes with. Okay, those look really nice. First up, for adventures, I am beginning with $51.21. And I'm going to be adding $150. I actually don't have any trips planned as of now, but I would like to start stuffing this with around $150 to $175 a month. I am going to leave allowance blank, like I mentioned. For cart maintenance, I did end up having some cart maintenance done, so I am beginning with $115 in the month of July, and I'm going to be stuffing this with $50. Then cart payment has $373, and anything that you guys see here with an A, which I should actually add it onto my Peru trip. What the A means is that it is in my online banking account, Ally, and that's kind of where I keep it, since this is an emergency car payment and I won't necessarily need anything for Christmas just yet, as well as for my Peru trip, since I don't even know when I'll be going. I like to keep that in an online banking account instead of having all of that in cash. So since this is my emergency car payment, I do not stuff this with anything. Car tags is starting with $146, and I stuff this with $24 every month. Then for Christmas, I am beginning with $691.50, and I am going to stuff this with $125. So as you guys can see, once I transfer the money to my Christmas fund, I will have around $800 for Christmas presents in the month of July. Like, how crazy is that, guys? And that is just based off of me stuffing this envelope with $125 a month, which I think is pretty doable, especially because I know that I will not have that stress during the holiday season. So I would definitely recommend you starting a Christmas sinking fund if you still have not. Just putting that out there. I know it's July and that it's summer, but I would definitely do that if you don't want to be stressed about presents and whatnot. Now for clothing, I am beginning with $7.70, and I am going back to my usual $75 for this category. Then for Costco, that has $30 so far, and and I stuffed this with $5. Date night has 40, and I will not be stuffing this month. Electricity, I like to have as a sinking fund because I pay for this every other month. Honestly, once I move, I do not know how that's going to work, so it definitely will be interesting to see all of those changes coming to my budget. But for this, I am beginning with $167.33, which I think this should be plenty considering the past 2 times that I've had to pay for electricity. It's been around 146, I believe. So I've decided not to stuff this category this month either. Then for entertainment, I am beginning with $79, and I will be adding 60 in here. I do plan on going to the OC fair with my siblings, and so I do want to make sure to stuff this just in case we want to get on some rides, and I'll definitely want to pick up some fair food. So definitely want to have that stuffed. Next, for my gift sinking fund, I am beginning with $0 here, and I will be adding $100. The next, for medical, I am beginning with $339.61, which is, I think, a pretty good amount, especially after I stuff this with the $100 that I'm planning on stuffing this with. I now think that I will start looking into Bite, the whole teeth aligners, since I will now have over $400 in here. And that was kind of my goal, to have that money before I start looking into those things, because I have been wanting to get something for my bottom teeth, either like braces or aligners, and I've just kind of been putting it on the back burner because I haven't had the money to do it. But now that I have this amount in my medical sinking fund, I am very excited to start that. So yes, that's going to be coming out of medical. And then for miscellaneous, I am beginning with $33.44, and I would just be adding $40 in here. And then last but not least, of course, have my Peru trip, which has $1,200. And I do not stuff this with any more money, or haven't for a while. So those are all of my sinking funds, all the beginning and what I'll be stuffing everything with. Like I mentioned, today I will be physically stuffing $604 towards my sinking fund, cash envelopes, which I actually have right here. These are in my now discontinued pink leopard vinyl. I have all of my cash envelopes here that I like to stuff with you guys on camera. So I am going to go ahead and organize and set up my cash here really nicely and get started with the stuffing. Actually, before I start with the stuffing, let me not get ahead of myself. I'm going to lay down some of these washi strips. One right here just to close that out. And then next to my sinking funds, I like to have a section for any transactions from there, since I do consider my sinking funds as savings. They're savings for specific categories. So for that reason, I do like to track any transactions that I make from those on a separate page or right next to it, instead of in my monthly view with the rest of my expenses. So now I'll lay this down and probably some washi at the bottom, make my lines, and then go ahead and move on to the stuffing part of this video. I think it should be fine right here. It's not the same, it's around the same. All right, we're all ready to go now. All right, so let's go ahead and bring this down. Grab my envelopes, my cash, and kind of just organize it over here. I have just one $100 bill, which I will put right here. I have a few 50s, some 20s, 10s, 5s, and of course my 1s, which I just had to move this a little bit so that everything fit. Okay, so that looks like everything fits. I'm going to actually bring this up a little bit. So I'm all ready to stuff my sinking funds. I'm going to start with Adventures, which I have $51 for. And this will be getting stuffed with $150. Usually I would take the $150, but I know that I have a lot of bills in my medical fund, so I'm going to take 2 50s, 20 and a 10. So that is 50, 100, 20, 40, and 50. So now I have 200, 50, 70, 90, 201 with 21 cents. I don't have the cents with me here, but of course, if I end up making any online purchases, like I know last month I had to pay for a hotel stay, I will go ahead and get the cents out of my account. But to make everything easier, I like to just keep the bills in here and the cents in my account. So that was for Adventures. Then for cart maintenance, I am going to be stuffing this with $50. So I think I'll do, once again, the 2 20s and a 10. And now I have, let's see how much I have. I have a 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 160, and 5. So 165 in my cart maintenance fund now. Then card tags, I have $24 that I'm going to be including in here. So 20, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's move on all of these. Now for card tags, this is the one that I have the most bills with, since I always stuff this with $24. So what I'm going to do is I actually have a $100 bill here. So I'm going to, well, let's see if I can maybe, how many $1 bills do I have? I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, I'm going to grab a $20 bill from my 2 bank envelope here. So $20 there. And I think that should bring it down a little bit. So now I should have $170. So that's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, and 70. Perfect. All right, so that's gonna go in my card tags envelope. Then for clothing, I have $7 and I'm going to be adding 75. So let's take 50, 20, and a 5. So now I have, so that's 50, 75, 81, and 2. So $82 with 70 cents for clothing. Costco will be getting $5 in here. And so far, I think I have 30. So now I should have 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, and 35. Date night will not be getting stuff today. Neither will electricity, but for entertainment, let's do $50. I think I might have to do a 5 and a 10 here. And so far, I have 50, 70, 90, 110, 120, 135, 36, 37, 38, and 39. So 139 for entertainment. I think that should be plenty to go to the OC fair, or maybe to even do something fun during the summertime, since I won't be going on any trips this month. My last trip of the summer will be next month in August. I'll be going to Cancun. I feel like I keep saying that, but just in case you guys were curious what I'm doing, I think it'll be good to have this amount in my entertainment fund. Then gifts will be getting $100, so I'm just going to take the 250s here. And I have 0 in here, so that's the 100. Medical will also get another 100. So since I have quite a few bills here, I decided to save the 100 for this one. So now I have 100, 200, 350, 370, 390, 410, 430, 435, 36, 37, 38, and 439 with 61 cents. And then the last envelope, which is miscellaneous, we'll be getting the last $40 here. And I already had, I believe, 33. So now I have 20, 40, 60, 71, 2, and $3 with 44 cents. And that is going to be pretty much it for this sinking fund setup video, as well as cash envelope stuffing. I really hope that you guys enjoyed coming along with me to set up this spread, as well as to stuff my envelopes. I know that this type of video could get pretty repetitive, so thank you so much for everyone who has stayed until the end. If you enjoyed this video as well as my other budgeting videos, please do not forget to give this a huge thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel if you guys are not subscribed already. Definitely stay tuned for my next budgeting video, which will be stuffing my regular day-to-day cash envelopes, as well as I will be setting up the rest of these pages in my budget planner, like the monthly view. I'm going to also set up my note page, my dashboard page, and the variable income page as well. So definitely stay tuned for that, and hopefully I will get to see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.